gorgeous, gorgeous color.
My probably favorite plant, don't tell the others.
There's a new baby leaf coming. I'm super excited.
Our little furry botanist.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Plant Fairy Florida on YouTube. I am so happy that you are here for my second video. This is going to be a tour of the majority of the plants in our home and on our patio. So I'm excited that you're here, and yeah, I'm ready to get started to show you everything. Before I do that, I just want to remind you, if you could like, comment, subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Alrighty, let's get started. So this is my herb oasis, I like to call it. It is where I have been growing lots of different herbs and experimenting. Since it is winter in Florida, some of them don't look their greatest and some have died off for the winter. However, some of them are still doing well. This is my edible hibiscus, and this one is really cool because you can eat the flowers as well as the leaves. Right now there's none blooming, but you can see over here there's some buds here that we've got all over, and hopefully it'll start blooming soon. Oh, actually, look over here. We've got a flower. Is that not such a gorgeous, gorgeous color? I love it. So yeah, you can use those. I use them in teas and salads. It's just really great. So this is actually very easy to propagate as well. I started with one of them, and then I took a cutting, stuck it in the soil, and I have a second one, and then I did it again. Now I have 3 of them growing, so very, very easy to propagate from cuttings. So this is one of my favorites. This here is lemongrass, which I love. It actually needs to be repotted because it's starting to grow into the soil. And as you can see, I've taken lots of cuttings from it. I use it in cooking and a lot in teas. Some of my other herbs here is my variegated Cuban oregano. Now this is looking a little bit sad because of how cold it's been, but this is actually really cool because it's kind of like almost like a succulent. So it's really cool and beautiful, smells amazing, and tastes really great and everything too. I've got several different types of peppermints, which I'll do some more videos kind of in some of the different herbs that I like to use. But yeah, I really love this area. This here is a firebush, and I had read up on it, and it's really good for using like as external remedies. So I haven't used it yet, but I saw it on sale for like $6 at Walmart, so I couldn't pass it up. Going over to this section, this is a little bit more ornamental, and over here we have this most commonly known as a butterfly syngonium. That came from my mom. Here we have, let's see, it's got a little bit of weeds in it, but this is actually called a pregnant onion. It's more of a succulent type plant, not an edible onion. But as you can see here, we've got little babies, and this thing just puts out tons and tons and tons of babies. This came from my grandmother's house. This is my grandmother on my mom's side. We used to do some horticulture and entering it into the county fair, and this was one of the plants we did. So this has been producing lots of babies for 3 generations of my family now. So this is a very special plant to me. These are some different types of lilies that my mom gave me. This here is Philodendron Hope, is what it's most commonly known as. It can grow indoors as well as outdoors. Outdoors it can get huge. It'll be taller than me one day if I put it in the ground. And it's just a really nice shrub. I love it. We've got this croton here. Look at it. It's beautiful. I hate crotons inside. This croton was inside with about 3 leaves on it for the longest time. Didn't do a thing. And I didn't touch it because it stopped losing its leaves when I moved it to a certain location. So I just kind of left it there. But I ended up getting some other crotons outdoors, and I was like, this guy's going outside. So he's been thriving living outside. Over here we have a few more herbs. This is a dill plant that just, I don't know what it's doing. But like I said, we'll go into a little bit more depth in those in another video. This here is actually a tea plant, which I'm excited to use one day. This is a variegated lemon tree. Now, look at these leaves. Are they not beautiful? We got this one right here that's like a pure white, which is just gorgeous. Apparently, these lemons will actually be, I believe they'll be striped on the outside and pink in the inside. I'm really excited to see how this comes out. Hopefully next year we'll get some. This is my very first lemon tree. Her name is Lucy. She is a Ponderosa lemon, and the lemons get about this large. I just harvested the first 2 lemons from her, and they were the best lemons I've ever had. These drawers here are where I kind of put some of the different vegetables. I'm getting ready to take all of this out and put in my crops for the spring and summer. These are some marigolds I've had. This one just exploded everywhere, so I've kind of just left it here. Behind it, you can see this oregano plant that's just done amazing. This rosemary, the lavender that's doormat for the winter, and here we have some cilantro that's popping up from the cilantro plant I had there previously. Yes, so this here is my elderberry. I'm really excited about this. I got it last year, midsummer probably, so I haven't gotten any fruit off of it, but I'm excited for that. This is some more ornamental plants. This is a Hawaiian layflower, also called Franzipansa and Plumera. And this came from the same grandmother who had the pregnant onions. We had to sell her house, and I was able to get some of these from her place, so I'm excited to keep that in the family. These here are beautiful, beautiful poinsettias that my husband has done an amazing job caring for. As you can see, they've started to kind of turn red. We didn't really cover them like you normally would if you want them to turn fully red, but these are just over a year old now, so I'm really proud of how amazing these look and what a great job he did. This here is Frosty, my first topiary. I'm very proud of him. He's a Nature's Way plant. If you haven't purchased any of their plants, highly recommend it. They carry them at Lowe's and Home Depot, and they just have such great quality plants. And then really cute things like this that you can get. This here is kind of just some pretty things. This is another, I believe this is an amaryllis from my mother-in-law. These are kind of my pretty ornamental flowers. This is about ready to get dug up and new things planted for this new season because they're looking a little bit sad. Over on this side we have lots of different ornamentals, from crotons to dracenias, a fiddle fig that wasn't happy outside, another fiddle fig that wasn't happy inside, doing much better outside, as well as a rubber leaf sansevieria, also known as a snake plant. This here is from my grandmother on my dad's side. This is a pot of zinnias that bloomed, and I cut them back and put the seeds in here, so I'm excited to keep this pot going from her. Beautiful citronella that helps with mosquitoes. Over here is just a little bit of mixture of things. This is a golden pothos that I have growing outside. In Florida, they get humongous, as you can see from some of these leaves down below. They are bigger than my hand. So I'm working on growing some giant golden pothos out here, as well as a Monstera adansonii. This I propagated and have it growing outside. So I'm excited to see how big this one will get. I've got a few things that I'm, experimenting with. This is a cacti, I believe, from a friend. It's called a Queen of the Nile or River of the Nile, something like that. So I'm excited to see how that does. This is one of my favorites. I have some inside, but they're doing much better outside. This is sometimes called the butterfly plant, purple shamrock, oxalis. These actually are blooming, which I'm super excited about. And at night they close up. So it's really a cute plant. So that's pretty much the bulk of my outdoor plants. So I'll definitely go into more depth with some of these plants in future videos, but it's a high level tour. So let's go inside. Alrighty, so we are in our living room now. So this is just a really fun corner that I love and very proud of. Starting here is a spider plant. Now this spider plant it's kind of a cute story. My great aunt that I referenced in my past video, she had a spider plant. And when my brother was a little kid, he, I guess, took one of the babies and she had told him how it would grow into a plant. So he gave it to my grandmother who potted it up. She has this beautiful spider plant. And so then she took one of the spider babies and grew this plant for me. So this has been passed through some of my family from different mothers of the plant, and so it's really fun to have this one. So it's special to me. I've got lots of different fun things here. I've got here, I started collecting the different holiday cacti this year. So this is a Christmas cactus. This one's a Thanksgiving cactus. So I need an Easter cactus. Next up, one thing about me is my favorite types of plants are the pothos or anything that's vining and hanging. So here we have this gorgeous marble queen. It's actually split into 3 different pots just because it was getting so large. But look how long it is. I'm so proud of it. It's a beauty. Now you might have noticed this giant stealing the show over here. This is a Rapidora tetrasperma, or however you would say it. And look at it, just keeps growing and growing and growing, and I'm super proud of it. We've got just a few different things down here, from Dracenias, Pilea, Monstera, Poinsettia, ZZs, lots of fun stuff. Some more snake plants. Here is a Philodendron Branditon, something like that. I call her Brandy. This was given to me from a plant friend, and she's just grown so much. Very proud of her. This is something that I'm so proud of and thankful for. I got this as part of a secret plant swap, and this is a skeleton key. And you can see this leaf is getting old and dying off. This is the leaf that I received in the propagation. And look at it, it looks like a skeleton key, which is where it gets its name. So I've got 3 new leaves here, so I'm excited to see this just keep growing and growing. Here is my probably favorite plant, don't tell the others, a Cebu blue pothos. This was the very first one I got from Christine's, and I've propagated several plants off of it. And it's just beautiful, I just love it. It's my favorite. Continuing over here is the corner of the man behind the camera, also known as my husband, and he absolutely loves philodendron, so most of his are in this corner, and he does such a great job with them. They're always thriving. We have 2 pink princesses over here in this corner that's dedicated to his mom. His mom passed away from breast cancer, and so we just have this pink philodendron in honor of her. And we have another one there as well. These are a whole bunch of different philodendrons primarily, which he takes care of, except for this Monstera Peru, which if you just look at those leaves, they're just incredible. There's so much depth, and I love it. It's one of my favorite Monsteras, honestly. We have here is a Birkin, which I think is one of my favorites. They really look like such a gorgeous painting. Love those. This here is a silver sword, which is just so pretty and elegant. Can never get enough of those. This here is one of my favorite philodendrons. It's called the Bloody Mary. When it is mature form, it can get very large leaves, but I kind of love how it's so tiny and slender. It just looks so gorgeous to me. Yeah, so these are several different varieties of philodendron that he has that I just love. We got a golden pothos up here. Such a beauty. Over here, you might have seen in my first video, but I'll talk a little bit about these plants specifically. We have a Monstera deliciosa Swiss cheese plant, as well as a baby that I propagated from it. ZZs, we have lots of those. Believe this is actually a jade pothos, not a golden pothos. This is a philodendron micans, which I just love. They're so soft and velvety. There's nothing else like a micans to me. Up here we have a Scindapsus silverian. Scindapsus are some of my favorite. Just the way that the silver shimmers, it's just gorgeous. Here is one of my pride and joys. This is a Syngonium, Lano Cardi Road. It vines and it's got this maroon on the back with some dark green here. It's a beauty. So I've propagated lots from it, and it just continues growing and thriving. Here we have the heart-shaped Hoya that a friend gave me in a secret plant swap, and I'm so proud of it. It's a beauty. Another one that I'm super proud of is this Monstera albo, which was also given to me from a friend. And we have a new baby leaf coming. I'm super excited. I just saw this last week. Over here, we just have some different little pothos. I have Enjoy, Pearls and Jade, Neon, Lemon Lime Philodendron, more Scindapsus, Brazil. And continuing over here, we have some different Hoyas that I started collecting. Very proud of those and excited to expand my Hoya collection. And if we come down here, we have who we are naming the furry botanist. Her name is Nala, and she likes to come along and inspect all of the plants. So we love our little furry botanist. Alrighty, so that's the majority of our plants downstairs. So let's head upstairs. Alrighty, so we are in our bedroom here, and I'm stepping on my dog's toys. Sorry about the background noise. But this is Calathea Corner, which I'm very proud of. It is cold in Florida, so I feel like they're kind of a little bit sad, but some of them are thriving. Like this one here is the Rufarbia, I believe is how you say it. It is a fuzzy Calathea, and it is just so amazing. So this one's thriving. Like I said, some of them are a little unhappy, but we're working with it. Up here is one of the very few begonias that I've been able to keep alive, and it is just gorgeous. It changes with the light. I love it. Here is my very first Hoya. This is the Hoya that made me decide, okay, I love Hoyas. It is a Crimson Princess, I believe, and it was a Lowe's rescue. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get these plants that don't look the best, and I try to save them, and this is one that I actually was able to save. She's a beauty. This here is my Exotica Scindapsus. I love this baby. When I purchased it over the summer, probably, she was only maybe like this long, I would think. And she's just grown so much. She's almost down to the floor now. Really should trim her, but I kind of am just enjoying seeing how much she grows. Coming over here is a pot that I'm very proud of. This is a mixed pothos pot. I have so many different varieties of pothos, philodendron, and Scindapsus in here. And I think it's just a really fun way to mix up your plant collection. We have up here, we have, this here is a Scindapsus Silver Splash or Silver Satin. It's like I said, you just can't get over these silvery Scindapsus. A few snake plants up there. And then over here is where we have a lot of the different varieties of snake plants. This is one of my favorites. This is a Moonshine. And this one is one that causes a lot of controversy. It is a Kirkii Coppertone, and some people think that they're so ugly. I think that it's just one of those things of beauty that is so unique. It looks like it's dead, but it's not. So we got lots of different varieties here. Coming over here to wrap up our tour, we have one of my absolute favorite snake plants. Favorite snake plants. This is a whale fin, and I love whales. They're one of my favorite animals. So when I found out about these, I had to have one, and I was very lucky to have a friend who gifted me with this because I love it. We have an alocasia here. a ZZ Raven, which is just a beauty. Another snake plant here. So lots of plants, lots of information. So I hope you enjoyed it. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys a bulk of my plants because I know a lot of people have always asked me to see a tour. So I wanted to give you guys an exclusive YouTube only tour of my plants. So thank you for coming along. Stay tuned for my next video. Subscribe, like, comment, tell me what you want to see. So happy that you're here with me. Bye guys.